Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to a little update video for Planet Coaster 2. It's the end of the month and Frontier have been doing a monthly newsletter that you can see on their website that showcases some community builds and if they have something to say, talks about the future of the game, and this month they did. We have a couple of dates to add to our diaries, or months at least, and a little teaser of what's to come. Heyo park managers, we know you've been waiting to hear from us and what's next for Planet Coaster 2. We're currently hard at work on our free update, which will be coming to PC and consoles in April. We'll be sharing the full patch notes for this ahead of time. There is much more to come this year, including new themes, coasters and rides, as well as brand new features, starting with something new to the series in our next paid DLC pack releasing in June. In the meantime, we'll leave you with this image ahead of the free base game update in April. So that's a little weirdly worded, but I assume that means that this is going to be part of the free update in April, and it's arcade games, which is very exciting. We'll have a little look at this screenshot and then I'll get some arcade footage to show you in the background. There's not really much we can glean from this other than, you know, it's an arcade machine. There's a city landscape in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these themed around some of the mascots that are already in the game. So this could well be like a Chief Beef game or something like that, or maybe a Gulpy game where Gulpy plays as Godzilla. We have no idea. Other than that, it's got a sort of texture on the side that looks very much reminiscent to the textures in the flat rides that you can recolor. So I imagine this is going to be recolorable. The floor looks like a new floor, or at least like an adjustment. There is a floor already in the game that has that sort of roller coaster swirl in it, but the roller coaster swirl is not really recolorable from the main area. It's just a slightly different shade of that color, whereas here it's very clearly two different colors, very sort of classic 90s arcade style. So maybe they've updated that in the update to have more color options for the floors. In the background, it looks like the plushies, the Chief Beef, the Coaster King Coaster plushie on the wall there, whether that's just sort of scenery they've made out, or there might be some sort of prize wall addition coming to the arcades. Obviously the machine we're looking at here isn't one where you win anything, it's just a sort of game that you play for money, sort of classic arcade cabinet. And yeah, this is exciting stuff. This isn't new to the series, and technically Planet Coaster 1 had a couple of arcade machines, nothing like this where it was just a game, but it did have a Zoltar style mind reading thing, sort of fortune telling machine, and a couple of claw grabbers that featured King Coaster. You can see them here. I loaded up Pinewood Hills to get some footage. It took about 15 minutes for the save file to open, so it better be worth it. Watch, look at this lovely stuff. Look at it. As far as Planet Coaster 2 goes, we did get customizable gift shops, modular gift shops, and I imagine this will follow a similar kind of pattern in that you can just place these down. Maybe they'll work more individually. You just put them down and guests will randomly come over to them. But if there is any sort of like ticket system, prize system, or at least the sort of structure that makes it look like that happens, and there's some sort of counter that they have to go to, maybe it works a little bit more like a restaurant. We actually built a fairly looking functional arcade in Planet Coaster 2 already using that gift shop system. The guests will walk over to some shelves and look at them, and it kind of looks like they're playing the game. But yeah, we're actually getting arcades now fully in the game, and personally I am incredibly happy about this. You know, you'll have heard me say, if you watch the channel, you'll have heard me say a million times that the stuff that I want to see in the game is all of the stuff outside of the rides that people do in theme parks. Now, arcades aren't necessarily the most common thing in theme parks, especially the higher budget ones. I definitely feel like I get more of like a Six Flags vibe from an arcade as opposed to a Disney. But there's definitely, you know, precedent for it. I know Universal Studios has an arcade in it. You know, there's definitely places where it can fit, and if you theme it up well enough, I think it can work in most places. There's a chance that this is just the beginning of the first thing we're showing, and we actually also get some more Midway style stuff as well. But honestly, we have just got that initial image to go on right now, so anything else is speculation, and I'm trying my best not to do too much of that. This is more about letting you know that this news exists rather than what I think it could mean. We do know that this is coming as part of the free update in April, or at least that's how I read it, that this is coming part of the free update in April. And for the first time, that free update isn't going to be alongside a DLC. Well, not the first time, we have had updates, but normally the traditional cadence of Frontier is that every 3 months we get a free update alongside a paid DLC. Looks like that is now changing, so all bets are off as to what any of these look like in the future. The updates could look bigger, could smaller, they could be more often, they could be less often. The DLCs could be bigger or smaller. The only thing we do know is that the DLC is coming with a new feature to the game series, in fact. This again sort of breaks tradition. Normally any sort of major gameplay update will come in a free update, the DLC then providing things that sort of go with it, if that makes sense, so scenery and rides that sort of tie into it. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of new feature their DLC brings. Yeah, I'm excited for it either way. We're going to be waiting until June for that DLC. Yes, that's longer than normal. It's not amazing, but it also isn't really the end of the world. I'm just kind of happy that we have a timeline now, and if these arcades come at all, as fleshed out as gift shops were in their update, then that's going to absolutely tide me over for at least a month of playing, building more interiors, because we know how much I love building interiors. Looks like we'll be going back and retrofitting some arcades and maybe placing them into some of our parks. So, free update in April with arcades and other stuff. We don't know what yet. And then a paid DLC in June, which could be anything. The only thing we know is that it's a new feature to the series. Who knows what that could be? Parades, midway, shows, I guess. There's lots of things it could be that would still fit within the theme park remit that we haven't already seen. I see a lot of people on social media saying hotels. I would love to see a better implementation of hotels in the game, but we did have them in PC1. They were just black boxes that people wandered into. And I would love to see a more fleshed out modular system similar to gift shops and restaurants. But they've very specifically said that this is a new feature for the series, and I don't think that would include hotels. So who knows what it could be. Obviously, as soon as we hear, it'll be here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the free update. Are you okay with the fact that they're splitting it up? The updates coming first, DLCs coming later. Does that mean the DLC is going to be better? Who knows? Either way, I'd love to hear your feedback on this down below. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all to bits. Till the next one. Be good.